So I was having a conversation last week with Ian Morgan Cron, and what we were talking about was a very hard decision that they had made in setting boundaries that their son would not be using while he was living under their roof. And to be able to stick to then knowing that their son was in fact using and to be able to have the conversation with their son and say, boundaries have been broken and you have an hour to get your things together to leave the home. And to be able to do that with peace and calm. One of the things that we talked about and I've learned in my own journey is I needed to really truly understand that Sam was very different. The person that I knew and I loved and I knew the heart of was very different than the addict that I would be talking to in addiction mode, kind of the devil in the addiction. And separating those out was very, very helpful for me because the addict will tell you anything. They will beg, they will yell, they will scream, they'll, argue with you, so on and so forth. But the person that you know and love that's still somewhere deep inside is going to know that you are actually sticking to your boundaries and you are doing the things that you agreed that you would do. And you are holding your line to take care of yourself. And in some ways, this potentially can be a massive turning point. I know that when Sam was at what turned out to be his bottom, when he was addicted to fentanyl and everything was stripped away from him. His best friend finally moved out because he couldn't take it anymore and Sam was left alone. And he called me and asked me if I would bring him home. And I said no, because I knew at that point I was dealing with the addict that would tell me anything, would cry, would be desperate. I knew that Sam, my son, super resourceful, he would find a way. And I said no, just like Ian and his wife said no. And that understanding that you're dealing with two different entities and potentially that no is potentially the thing that will save their lives. That's what I've learned in my journey. So I hope that helps in serving your journey to get super clear. The addict that you're dealing with is not the one that you love.